Hello, everybody. I'm here with Lexicon's founder and CEO, David, to talk about his recent article on the 95-5 rule in B2B marketing. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Justin. Did you enjoy the article?
Indeed, I did. Indeed, I did. Well, I thought, actually, seriously, it was a good articulation of a very little-known principle that I don't think most people in business or even in marketing are aware of. So, what is the 95-5 rule?
I'm glad you asked. So the 95-5 rule posits that when it comes to big ticket B2B purchases, most of your target audience is not looking to buy at any given time. So you don't change your law firm every 6 months or even every year. It might be every 2 years. You don't hire a new CEO and look for a recruitment firm for that. Every couple of years, it's probably every 5 years. So what's important is that for those kind of companies, law firms, accounting firms, marketing firms, even potentially if they're focusing on B2B, is that only 5% of your content should be looking to do the hard sell, because only 5% of your target audience is actually looking to buy. The other 95% of your content should be what we call storytelling, but essentially content marketing, brand building, and being helpful. So thought leadership articles, fascinating interviews with key experts, white papers, blogs, infographics, animations, all this kind of stuff.
Exactly the stuff that we produce here at Lexicon.
Well, perhaps. But all of it should be addressing that target audience and helping them to succeed, whether it's directly about the things that we do for them, or even just general pain points that they might have. So if it's a recruitment firm, for example, what's happening in that sector? What are some of the talent trends that are occurring? Help your audience to succeed today, and they'll remember you when it's time to make a purchase.
Yeah. So I think you raise an important point here. The lesson here, so 95% are out market, only 5% are in market. Decisions happen over a long course of time and they happen infrequently. But the lesson here is not, so for B2B organizations, never mind marketing, there's no reason to do it because they're not going to buy from you anyway. 95% are out of market. It's a waste of your time. It's quite the opposite. It's just you need to remain top of mind in the eyes of your audience. And in order to do that, you need to provide them with content that actually adds value to them. Because if you try to sell to these people, they're not in the market anyway, you're just going to risk annoying them.
Exactly. I think a lot of B2B companies get mixed up between sales and marketing. They're not the same thing. Marketing, brand building essentially is at the top of the funnel. You're looking to raise awareness and convince people that you have the right people. If you're changing your law firm, that's a huge decision to make. So I need to see that you've got expert lawyers in-house. I need to see some of the cases that you've won. I want to understand your corporate culture a little bit better. I want to understand your attrition rate, your retention rate. Show me this in your content, in your stories all year. And at the end of the year, when it's procurement time, you'll be the company I think of because you've helped me. I've read your white papers, I've read your blogs, I've seen your podcasts. You've solved a couple of issues for me over the course of the year. I've maybe met your CEO at an event or seen him or her speak. So it's a mentality shift towards, we call it brand storytelling, but it's really just giving helpful content all year round to entertain, inform, and educate your key target audience.
I think this is an important storytelling principle as well, just in general, not just marketing, is the show, don't tell, right? So you're saying like, show that you actually have expertise, that you're staying on top of the latest trends, that you have genuine advice that can help people succeed, rather than just going, hey, buy my stuff.
We number one legal firm now.
Yeah.
That's not the way to go. Hopefully no one says that. But also, as you said, a lot of what we do is best practice here. And another one is be the guide. Like put your customer as the hero. Always be thinking about them when you're creating content. What are their needs? What are their concerns? How can we help them to solve their problems?
Right.
It's really being customer-centric in your communications.
Show empathy and authority, as you've said many times before. Exactly. So you mentioned a lot about content marketing in the 95-5 rule. What role does SEO have to play here? How important is good SEO to remaining top of mind with your audience?
Well, they're quite distinct, but there is a symbiosis between the two concepts. So your newsletter, your podcast, your interviews, your social media channels, your events, all of that is brand awareness and brand building. If someone's searching actively for law firm Bangkok, B2B marketing agency, Thailand, recruitment agency, Singapore, for example, then they're almost ready to buy. So hopefully you've done enough brand building that when they see your name, they click on it. But the benefit of such a thought leadership-driven approach is that SEO is actually a key part of it. So when you're creating your blogs, make sure they're SEO optimized. And then your blogs or your white papers actually become all of that content that you make. So a good white paper gives you 3 months worth of content. That's videos, interviews, blog articles, and everything else. Each individual blog can be SEO optimized for the title. For example, cracking the B2B marketing code, the 95-5 rule. So anyone searches for that.
If anybody Googles the 95-5 rule,
Exactly.
so hopefully your article will be top of the search.
I would hope so. And then also just generally your service pages. So social media agency, Bangkok, video production agency, Bangkok, law firm, Bangkok. So SEO is a key secondary concern almost, but it's part of a 360-degree marketing strategy. You want to be reaching your clients at every touch point, at every point of the funnel. And SEO is right at the end of the funnel, especially if it's that specific search term.
Yeah, and so if they're part of the 5% that are in market, but they've never heard of you and they find you through the SEO, then they see all of the brand building, all of the storytelling that you've been doing consistently for a long time, and then they'll immediately just see the credibility that you have.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what we're doing right now is a good example, right? So this interview was sparked by a blog that we wrote that became many infographics that we made. There's probably going to be a speaking opportunity later. By having a very clear sense of your audience, it actually makes it easy to create loads of content because you've got these core content pillars that everything cascades from. So by having a good strategy in place, maybe even working with a good agency, that helps.
It always does.
Then you can use the 95 rule to your benefit and you can be the preeminent thought leader in your industry.
All right, thank you, David. There you have it, folks. 95-5 rule in a nutshell. If you want to learn more, we'll put the link to David's full blog in the description, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Okay.